on in and join us.
We've got a soap today that was a gift from Josue Frum, New Jersey.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, oh, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why? Come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, we wanted to talk about the star jellies from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Yeah, y'all, we had a couple of people in the chat last week asking about these. These are a combination of splash and balm. How does that work, you say? Well, there's an alcohol ingredient in here that gives you that lovely bracing alcohol hit, but then it turns into a beautiful creamy balm, and it stays on my face like that for about another half an hour. And for me, the scent intensity on these is just ever so slightly higher than the aftershaves. So these kind of help take the pressure off if there's an aftershave I use all the time. I'm thinking about the beach, looking at you. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is from Josue in New Jersey. He sent us John Frum.
Y'all, this one is so legendary for so many reasons, and we are so lucky we get to cover it today. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
John Frum is from the brighter end of the musk spectrum and is truly a game changer in that regard, I promise you. It is perfect for folks who don't normally feel drawn to musks. John Frum is musk like you never experienced it before. So let's dig into it, shall we?
So who is John Frum and why should I praise him? Well, for one, this is probably one of the most epic modern musks available right now. Musks seem to be an afterthought to the rest of the world, but as I have mentioned many a time over the last few months, I see a big comeback in effect. I approached John Frum with a serious intention, with a desire to capture that classic manly musk of yesteryear, the stuff they just don't make anymore or seem to give a damn about. John Frum is more in line with what your grandpappy wore, an instant classic, however, more worldly and refined.
But back to the question at hand. Who is this John Frum? Well, it's not such an easy question to answer. You see, John Frum, for lack of a better descriptor, is a god, at least to the well-meaning natives of the tiny island of Tana located in the South Pacific.
If somebody asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Sure, he looks like a World War II era fighter pilot, but man does he have the power to make it rain precious cargo over the island.
Cargo cult. The John Frum religion was born out of a cargo cult in the 1940s. During that time, Japan and the USA were really going at it in the South Pacific. Each had forces occupying different islands that would serve as pit stop type bases, where fighters could refresh and refuel and take off again and head back into battle. The island of Tana hosted both Japanese forces and then eventually the USA. It is suspected that after the Japanese left the island, a few American soldiers, most likely flyboys, were sent out to do recon and see if the coast was clear on Tana. Not only that, but if it would serve the mission's purpose. All the while, the poor, curious, wide-eyed islanders watched as these two advanced world superpowers occupied their land. They observed the strange rituals, the men in uniform marching with boomsticks, saluting each other, the construction of air traffic towers, the strange signal dance done with flags and flares toward the heavens. All this and more, which, when done correctly, would clearly lead to the gods raining down cargo from the heavens. It is highly probable that during these early recon missions, one of the pilots introduced himself to the natives. Hey fellas, I'm John from New York, New Jersey. Yeah, I was right. Wherever.
But all they heard in their shock and amazement was, I am John Frum. Clearly, this strangely dressed man was a god. He may have even promised them that the USA was here now, and we were going to take care of them with lots of cargo. For a time, the natives did indeed receive many gifts from the soldiers, which reinforced their belief.
After the war ended, the soldiers left the island, and this is when the cargo cult of John Frum was really born. The natives soon began building fake runways, air traffic towers, even fake straw aircraft. They carved wooden rifles and marched in formation. They lit signal fires and raised the American flags on poles, all for precious cargo. After all, if these rituals they observed had worked for the soldiers, surely they would work for them. One day soon, John Frum would return to them with cargo in hand.
Now, mind you, this is not an isolated event. Cargo cults like this have popped up all over the world, and oddly enough share the same belief system. A few even still exist. This includes the John Frum and Tom Navy cult. cults.
This is just another part of our curious wartime history that I think a lot of folks missed out on. I find it just as interesting as other more famous events and phenomenon, if not more so. So, with all this in mind, I made it my personal mission to put together a very special classic scent that would somehow capture all of the wackiness and wonder of a cargo cult. I got so into this project, I nearly drugged myself into a coma. For real. And then, y'all, this goes into the 3-part saga that is the John Frum story. Check out the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is John Frum, and if you check your calendars, it's actually John Frum Day today. So let's let him out of the box. This is our box from Josue, and there's 2 in here, I think.
There's two. So you did not see this very special mashup that is right now unobtainium. He sent that too. But this is the one he really wanted us to smell. Y'all, look at that label, John Frum. I wonder where John Frum was actually from. Oh, let's see.
We're about to have some good friends
There
here,
it is,
y'all.
y'all. So I am so excited to get my nose onto this and experience a new kind of musk. Let's have a first impression. Somebody has dropped a cube on a parachute.
Look at how cool.
On the label, there is a cargo drop happening. Okay, I think you should take it in. I will ask you questions next.
Oh boy, I am curious because we haven't really had one of the straight up musky kind of ones from them.
I know, and we very rarely get to dive into their perennials, the favorites, the ones that are there all the time because we're grabbing the seasonals and we're grabbing the one and done. So I'm so excited to jump into this.
It's time to meet John from we don't know where.
Right, here we go. Take it in. Maybe you can figure out where he's from.
Oh wait, there's a side label, y'all.
Oh, y'all, we are giant fans of these side labels like the Easter Bunny. You never know when they're going to show up.
I just happened to notice.
I know. All right, here we go. Take it in. See what you get.
Going in. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I don't know if I would have called this a musk right away.
See? That's what I mean.
I mean, I trust Josue's nose because I feel like he knows what we kind of like under our noses. It almost has more of a classic aftershave vibe. I know it mentioned something about having your grandpappy's kind of smell.
Right.
That really clicks here.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, hold on.
Douglas did say it was a musk unlike any other. So who knows how broad that definition covers.
I would agree. Like, this scent to me, it should have been in the eras of, like, the original Aqua Velvas and Old Spice. Like, the men off at war would have totally worn something that smells exactly like this. Like, this is a cool time warp. I feel like you could use it today. And it has that, it's interesting. My brain almost gets a powdery image, but it's not like a barbershop powdery. It's not a talky powder. It's something in the middle. Like, that is more of, like, I don't want to say soapy because I feel like that's different, but it does have that clean sense to it immediately. Nice. So I feel like this is a great scent only because it does go into that classic aftershave homage-y kind of lane for me, but you could put anything on after using this. I don't think it would conflict with any EDP choices you have or something. Like it just, you would be clean shaven after using this.
Oh, nice.
I'm really trying to find a lane to help y'all out here, but I keep getting like bright white, clean, almost like a brand new clean canvas.
Right.
Like my brain usually gives me colors or images or something, and it's just so clean. It's almost like I was looking for if there was like more of a spice or an herb or a green something. Right. I'm not getting that. Might be like a lighter floral, almost citrusy thing, but it's so clean that it's almost taking those out somehow, like, and creating a new scent.
Right.
So I'm not sure what is making this musk, because usually when I think of musk, it's a little deeper scent.
Sure.
It does have sometimes like a clean laundry kind of a scent,
right,
but I'm not getting necessarily that here.
Right. We just did Doppelganger #1, y'all. Like, gorgeous musk is hiding in there.
Right.
Something different in here. Huh?
This is a brighter musk somehow. Like, the yellow on this is really fitting kind of the liveliness that I'm getting with this type of clean.
Right. And so far, y'all, the musks that we've experienced go all the way from a beautiful, fresh, clean laundry kind of musk all the way to civet, y'all. So who knows where this one might land or if it's outside of that box.
Right. And I'm really actually excited for you to get your nose on this because I think you'll have a better like way to place words with this.
Right.
But I still feel like this is a whole different lane or type of scent from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I can't wait to see what the mashup is with ESP because I think I would almost put this in a close lane to something like that in our day.
All right, y'all. I'm going to take this in.
I don't want to hog it anymore. See what you think.
Making sure I got my parachute on. I'm going to go in.
In.
Oh, you were so right. Wow. Hold on.
Oh, sway. He knows.
Yep. I think the magic that's being done here, y'all. There is a formidable musk in the middle. Think sun up. Think even number one.
Yeah.
However, it's about balancing it out. If you have noise-canceling headphones, you know how those work? They don't actually create like a seal and block the noise out. No, they make more noise. They listen to the noise that's coming into the headphones and they make an inverse sine wave so that that extra noise cancels out the actual noise you're hearing. Something's been done with the musk in here so that it can keep all of its musky characteristics. But y'all, there is an inverse sine wave being created coming at that musk that cancels it out in such a beautiful way. And what you are left with is not silence. Oh no. What you are left with, like you said, is a beautiful sense of a brand spanking new barbershop in 1941 just opening its doors. Not a single fingerprint is on the chrome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoa, so I can, if I really, really dive down and look for it, I know the musk is there, and I know what kind it is. But it's the way it's been decorated. It's the way it's been held in all of those other scent notes to literally take every pokey corner that that musk might have and shave it off smooth. I now get why this is the musk for people that don't like musks. Whoa, hold on.
I think pristine is a word that just came to mind. Like, it's just almost crystal clean.
And the thing about it, it doesn't cancel out the musk. It just gives you the right vantage point to take it in and be able to appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Oh, magic's been done here, y'all. Hold on. Oh, everything from Aqua Velva to Seaforth owes this guy some coffee. Mm-hmm. Something amazing is happening here that they all grabbed onto as the decades wore merrily forward. But you can tell this has a little bit of an OG-ness to it.
Right? Like, I really just feel like I could jump through the picture of that label and I'm there in time.
And the awesome thing is for Douglas Smythe, who is an expert at those originals, Sundown, Cold Spices, Sacre Bleu. He was kind of given the opportunity to create his own, as if you could transport him and Fran back to the 40s and they could make their own aftershave to go on those drugstore shelves.
Yeah.
That's what this is for
me.
Like,
that would be the only one that was missing. Like, this type of a clean. Like, because the other ones I always get like a blue or a green in mind. This just fits on that shelf.
This doesn't even have a modern spin on it. No, this is pure nostalgia, and I need to see the set notes. All right, y'all, so Douglas has actually broken out some awesome information on some of these set notes, but here is the list from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Sicilian cedrat, black pepper, sea salt, ambergris, royal Hawaiian sandalwood. There is a little green here with vetiver.
Y'all, they make my favorite rolls.
Vetiver, white musk, and animalic musk. Whoa.
Strap in. Sicilian cedrat, a citrus fruit that is chiefly grown in Sicily. Its scent is truly magical.
Ambergris is a solid, waxy, flammable substance of a dull gray or blackish color produced in the digestive system of sperm whales.
White musks have a clean, smooth, sweet scent lacking the fecal notes of animal musks.
Animalic musk. To get as close as I could to actual deer musk, I chose to use animalid, which shares a lot of the same characteristics as standard white musk, but maintains that fecal note.
Now, I know what you're thinking, but trust me, Douglas said, that note is used in many a popular, historic, and famous fragrance. It functions as a supportive actor, and you would never know it was there, but you'd know if it wasn't. It's the primal element that adds an unmistakable depth to classic musk.
As for the other notes that make up John Frum, I think most of our customers are familiar with them. Black pepper, sea salt, and royal Hawaiian sandalwood. The sea salt was added not only for the relation to the theme of the fragrance, but also because it works so well with the Sicilian cedrat.
All right, let's start here. Do you sense the cedrat, that citrus that's sitting in there?
I think my brain knew it was a citrus, but I was having a really hard time figuring out which one. And I think that's why, actually, the sea salt and the citrus to me here, it's not quite aquatic. It's like a dried aquatic somehow, but they are good friends.
And let's leave the musk for last. How are you getting that sandalwood?
I think that's how I kept getting the image of a brand new canvas, like cargo canvas, like there was texture to it, but maybe kind of that tanner color is where the sandalwood's at.
That's why she's here, folks. Maybe some more of these are actually related to the John Frum myth. Hold on a second. Well, ambergris, there's probably whales going by the island. Sea salt, I love that. So, y'all, with my atomic rocket, with the fan tip, and my Captain's Choice aquamarine bowl, we're going to build this John Frum lather by just giving it about 10 or 12 good sprays with the bougie and letting that water hang out at the bottom of the bowl while I load this soap onto my brush, giving the brush a couple of twists and turns as I do it, pushing down, a little backbone going on, so that most of that soap's going to load in between the bristles of the brush, and I'm going to keep going in a circular motion so that I don't get any chunks up from that soap onto my brush, and then down into the water, sops it up almost like a sponge, and then we're going to start making our circles. As Douglas will tell you, it's all in the wrist. All right, so let's talk about these musks. Do you sense these, as I do, as sort of a heavy 1940s musk? But the secret is in how those other ingredients wrap it so that you're not really getting that danky part of the musk until you look for it? Or is this a little bit more of a cleaner musk, a little bit more of a modern thing? What do you think?
It's funny because I think to my brain, it's only clean because of the other secrets that are in here. Like, I didn't even realize there was an animalic musk, but there's something about having that in there that's making the other parts seem brighter and cleaner.
Right. Well, the same way that those noise-canceling headphones make Def Leppard sound like it's silence, it can also make that really spicy, funky 40s musk have an appearance of a clean, beautiful, soapy musk until you scratch a little bit at the veneer.
I actually am very excited we have the splash because I think what we're getting in here, your brain sees soap and sometimes it makes it seem even cleaner somehow.
Right.
But I think with the splash dry down, we're going to have a whole new experience with those darker sides.
It's almost like the way you approach it will define how you're going to perceive it. Yeah. If you want this to be a super clean barbershop, it is. If you need it to be a super musky aftershave from the 40s, it is. And there's that line right down the middle where you almost have to choose if that dress is blue or gold. Do you know what I mean? There's kind of an optical illusion going on in here.
And there's almost like a power of suggestion. Like if we hadn't read those scent notes, my brain interpreted this as such a clean scent. I never would have guessed that there was ambergris or an almond musk in there. Like there's something about, even after we read that for Briar or some of the other ones, like my brain puts that in a darker tone. This isn't.
And I want to go back to something you said earlier because you were so right. You were sensing a powder in this. That's what those other inverse sine waves are giving that musk. They're transporting it into the world of a powder. And I'm not even sure how that's happening because if I come at it from this way, I'm back to the musks again. This is lovely. And you know what? We have a splash, but we're going to have to take this downstairs a little.
Just out there.
That is some decent coverage from one of my absolute favorite formulas in the entire wet shaving world. Look at this.
Are you back in the 40s? Do you feel like you're shaving in your mirror at your army den?
It's not like a black and white sepia tone dust encrusted picture of the 40s. It's like I got in the DeLorean and I'm standing there and I'm going, how does this all look so brand new?
Right, like all these colors, like that's where I feel like you're at.
And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the boomstick whiff on 3, 1, 2. Boom. To quote Mark Zarate. Boom!
There it is. There it is, folks.
This is real. I don't know how to better say that. This is what's in the bottle.
Okay, now I feel like you're shaving outside.
Right.
There's just something that took me a little more outdoors. I would not say it's a darker side.
Right.
There's just more layers to the scent that woke up.
And you know, every picture I've ever seen of servicemen shaving in the 40s, it's not in the bathroom of the barracks. It's outside somewhere, y'all. They know how to do it right. And y'all, I think this splash might have the secret to why the label actually says praise John Frum. It's not just called John Frum.
Right.
And y'all, the new glass restrictors on the aftershaves come with a little plastic plug that you gotta dig your fingernail into, and when you do open it, you get that beautiful sound. All right, here we go. A little bit onto the face. Would you like some musky musky?
Yes, please. And if we spill on the dog, it has animalic musk. It should be fine,
right? Blend right in.
Oh, she woke up. Do you smell it?
Y'all, if you're a musk fan, this is going to beguile you. And if you are not, if you want to explore what musks can do, this is the perfect doorman, because it's going to be able to explore that same musk, but be able to look at either the dirty sides of it or the beautifully clean sides of it and everything in between.
It's fun because I feel like there's a need for this type of a scent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like standard bay rums or different ones with spices or kind of that lean to a certain vibe. This is a very strong, clean scent, if I could put it that way.
Right.
So people that aren't fans of the more spices and other stuff, this is for sure their lane.
And y'all, 40 years before World War II, this world was very different. Dudes smelled like dudes because of what they did for a living. So all of the original aftershaves are going to have little shades of squinchy notes in them that are reminiscent of those original scents that meant a man has been at work all day. Because while those are scents of a working man, those are some lovely masculine scents, and they have just been ever so beautifully twisted and turned in things like this to give us that sense of the first wave of things that our grandpappies really did put on their faces. Talk about a time-traveling adventure with this one.
Well, it's funny because out of the tub, I was like, this isn't as overwhelmingly masculine as I thought it would be.
No.
On the dry down here, I get it a little bit more, but it's still not an in-your-face, I'm a man scent.
And the ambergris in this, y'all, is giving it a delightful sense that there might even be a floral, a carnation, something like that hiding under the surface. What a beautifully complex scent this is.
Josue sent it a while back, and it had to sit on the piano until John Frum Day. So we've been waiting for a while, but you can still get this now. I get why it's not a seasonal. It is an all year, anytime, any day scent.
And we do know that Josue's dad wore a ton of those colognes from the 40s and 50s and 60s, so he knew exactly where he wanted to send our noses on this adventure. Thank you, buddy, for believing in our little show and sending out these bangers. It's pretty simple, y'all. Just be a little kid on an island during World War II, and you're going to get invaded, and then you're going to get invaded again. And just about the time you're thinking, well, thank God they're gone, all the grown-ups are going to start building an air traffic control tower out of popsicle sticks, and you're going to get your own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com, or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with John Frum. Now, let's have a really grown-up conversation. There's a fecal note in this. There's poop in here. So why is the first thing Sarah said clean? And why is she not wrong? It's how nature does clean. It's an earthy clean. It's a masculine clean. And this is a master's course in it, reminiscent of some of your favorite aftershaves from the 40s and 50s. All praise John Frum. This is awesome. Welcome to Messages.
So for our February giveaway, you will get a chance to win a $20 gift card to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Yeah, y'all. All you have to do to be eligible is send us an email here at WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you and mention the PAA giveaway. Check back on our first March episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
I'm putting my flag in this. Douglas and Fran have created their very own 1930s, 1940s aftershave, and it is exceptional.
I would completely agree. Like, I seriously wouldn't be opposed to wearing this. Even though it was kind of meant to be more on the men's side,
right?
There's something really nice and refreshing about this scent.
And I love that instead of taking the aftershaves that are already there from the 40s and taking them a step ahead, they took a couple of steps back to show us a formula that those would have been based on, and isn't that what Douglas and Fran do best?
Right? I am so glad we can add this to our den. I know we'd seen the label go by plenty of times, so I'm glad Josue gave us the extra push and sent it the way because we needed this.
And there's a mashup coming, so this is not our last John Frum we get to explore. Y'all stay tuned.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell musky or just watching this.